But the reality is that the systems and structures that could support such a figure are already present in our world today. In a recent conversation with an unbeliever, I was intrigued to learn that he, despite not being a Christian, had a deep understanding of Christian eschatology. He shared his belief that we are heading towards the scenarios depicted in the book of Revelation, and this realization led him to question what else the Bible might be correct about. As we stand on the brink of unprecedented technological advancements and centralized control, it becomes increasingly clear that the arrival of the Antichrist may be closer than we perceive. Throughout history, nations have fought for their independence and sovereignty. However, in recent decades, there has been a shift towards countries joining unions and global bodies that influence their sovereignty. The increasing centralization of power worldwide raises concerns about the erosion of national sovereignty. Nations that once valued their independence are now part of a complex web of global governance, suggesting an unseen influence shaping these decisions. This aggressive push for centralized control may be preparing us for the rise of the Antichrist. The rapid advancement in technology provides the tools necessary for global control. Surveillance systems have evolved to the point where they can monitor virtually every aspect of our lives. Governments and corporations have access to unprecedented levels of personal data, enabling them to track movements, communications, and even thoughts to some extent. This infrastructure could support the kind of total control prophesied in the Bible. Imagine a world where your ability to travel, work, and even buy or sell is contingent upon compliance with a centralized authority. This is not a distant dystopia, but a creeping reality. Digital currencies and blockchain technology, while offering benefits, also have the potential to be used for unprecedented levels of financial control. Central bank digital currencies, CBDCs, are being explored by many nations, including major economies like China, the United States, and the European Union. These digital currencies could be programmed to control how money is spent, ensuring compliance with specific regulations or mandates. Imagine a world where your digital wallet can be turned off if you dissent against the prevailing authority. This is the ultimate expression of control and the fulfillment of the biblical prophecy of the mark of the beast. As this system of control tightens, those who stand firm in their faith will face increasing persecution. Religious freedoms are already being curtailed in some countries, and preaching the gospel is becoming a criminal act. The faithful will be targeted as the Antichrist's regime demands absolute allegiance. The pressure to conform will intensify as global control becomes more centralized. The Antichrist's arrival is not a distant future event but an imminent reality that demands our urgent attention. The Antichrist's rise to power will not be a dramatic entrance onto the world stage, but a gradual and incremental process. The infrastructure for his reign is already woven into the fabric of our society. He will step into a ready-made structure of global control. The signs are all around us, from the centralized control of global institutions to the advancement in surveillance technology and the gradual erosion of freedoms. We are living in the final moments before the fulfillment of these prophecies. The Antichrist's religion will be meticulously designed to captivate and control. It will likely blend elements of various belief systems, philosophies, and ideologies to create a universal appeal. By presenting himself as a unifying figure, the Antichrist will exploit humanity's longing for peace and unity. His charismatic and miraculous allure will blind many to his true nature, making it easier for him to implement his agenda of total control and domination. The great wonders performed by the Antichrist and the false prophet will play a crucial role in legitimizing his authority. These signs and wonders will convince many that the Antichrist is indeed a divine figure worthy of worship. The miraculous acts will serve to unify people under the new religion, creating a sense of community and belonging. Satan's ultimate goal of being worshipped as a god will seem within reach as more people succumb to the Antichrist's charismatic and miraculous allure. If there is one being capable of crafting a religion so appealing and deceptive, it is Satan. Throughout history, Satan has demonstrated an unparalleled ability to twist truth and present lies in an attractive manner. The religion of the Antichrist will be his masterpiece, designed to mislead the entire world. It will promise enlightenment, peace, and a new era of human achievement. By exploiting humanity's desires and fears, the Antichrist will lead many astray, ultimately leading to destruction. The Antichrist's appeal will be multifaceted. He will offer solutions to global crises, presenting himself as a benevolent leader. His diplomatic skills and apparent wisdom will earn him the trust and admiration of many, allowing him to consolidate power with little resistance. The Antichrist will propose innovative economic policies, environmental initiatives, and peace treaties that promise to resolve long-standing issues. These apparent successes will solidify his reputation as a savior and leader, making it difficult for people to see through his deception. The Antichrist's tactics for gaining power and control will extend beyond politics and religion. One key aspect of his strategy will involve infiltrating various sectors of society and manipulating key influencers to his advantage. Through media and entertainment, the Antichrist will shape public opinion and influence the masses with his charismatic charm. He will use his power to influence the narrative, promoting his own agenda and silencing any dissenting voices. Furthermore, the Antichrist will implement a system of surveillance and censorship to suppress any opposition or rebellion. Advanced artificial intelligence algorithms will be developed to scan and monitor online activities, ensuring that any content deemed contrary to the Antichrist's regime is swiftly removed. This vast network of surveillance will create an atmosphere of fear and conformity, where individuals are afraid to express their true beliefs. In addition to controlling information flow, the Antichrist will also manipulate the economic landscape to solidify his power. He will exploit economic crises and manipulate currency values to create a global financial system that is dependent on his authority. By controlling the flow of money, he will have the ability to reward loyal supporters and punish dissenters, further entrenching his control over the population. As the Antichrist's power grows, he will establish a system of loyalty enforcement, reminiscent of a modern-day Gestapo. Through an extensive network of informants and surveillance technology, individuals will be monitored for any signs of disloyalty or dissent. Those who are suspected of opposing the Antichrist's regime will be swiftly dealt with, facing severe consequences and persecution. The rise of the Antichrist will also see a spike in supernatural phenomena and dark spiritual practices. Demonic forces will be unleashed on a scale never before seen, causing chaos and confusion among the population. These supernatural occurrences will be used by the Antichrist to solidify his position as a divine figure and to further deceive the masses into following him blindly. The unveiling of the Antichrist to the world will be a meticulously planned event, designed to captivate and deceive the masses. Through a carefully choreographed media campaign, the Antichrist will make a grand entrance onto the global stage, captivating the attention of people worldwide. His charismatic presence and persuasive speeches will resonate with many, drawing them into his web of deceit. In order to solidify his position as a divine figure, the Antichrist will employ a range of supernatural phenomena and dark spiritual practices. These displays of power will be carefully staged, creating an aura of mystique and awe around him. Miracles and wonders will be performed, further blurring the line between reality and illusion. As the Antichrist gains more followers, he will establish a cult-like following, reminiscent of a modern-day religious movement. His devoted disciples will be willing to do anything to further his agenda, blindly following his every command. Through indoctrination and manipulation, the Antichrist will mold his followers into a loyal army, ready to enact his bidding. The Antichrist's reign of terror will extend beyond physical control and manipulation. He will also have a mastery over the digital realm, utilizing advanced technologies to monitor and control the thoughts and actions of individuals. Artificial intelligence algorithms will be used to scan and analyze online activities, identifying any potential threats to the Antichrist's regime. Dissenting voices will be swiftly silenced as the Antichrist seeks to maintain an atmosphere of fear and conformity. In order to solidify his financial control, the Antichrist will introduce a global currency, replacing existing monetary systems. This move will further centralize his authority, allowing him to monitor and control all financial transactions. By leveraging this economic power, the Antichrist will be able to reward loyal supporters and punish those who refuse to bend to his will. As the world falls further under the Antichrist's grip, resistance will become increasingly difficult. Those who dare to oppose his regime will face severe consequences, including persecution, torture, and even death. The Antichrist's ruthless enforcement of loyalty will instill a climate of fear and obedience, effectively quelling any opposition. The revealing of the Antichrist to the world will be marked by a global event that will completely shake the foundations of society. This event will be orchestrated by the Antichrist himself, using his influence and control over media and technology. Through a live broadcast, the Antichrist will address the entire world, captivating audiences with his charismatic presence. He will use this platform to further solidify his authority, offering grand promises of peace, prosperity, and a new era of global unity. Many will be deceived by his eloquent words and compelling vision, believing that he truly holds the key to a better future. In addition to his mastery of media manipulation, the Antichrist will also wield the power of mind control. Advanced neural technologies will be utilized to implant thoughts and beliefs directly into the minds of individuals, further indoctrinating them into his ideology. This unprecedented form of psychological manipulation will ensure unwavering loyalty from his followers, making any form of resistance seem futile. As the Antichrist's grip on power tightens, dissenting voices will be systematically silenced. Freedom of speech will become a thing of the past as the Antichrist establishes a strict regime of censorship and surveillance. Facial recognition technology will be widely employed to monitor and track individuals, leaving no room for anonymity or escape. Those who dare to vocalize their opposition will be swiftly identified and dealt with, facing severe consequences for their defiance. Furthermore, the Antichrist will introduce a mandatory mark that every individual must bear in order to participate in society. This mark, referred to as the Mark of the Beast, will serve as a symbol of allegiance and submission to the Antichrist's regime. It will be required for access to basic necessities such as food, water, and shelter, effectively forcing people into compliance. The mark will be implanted subcutaneously, making removal nearly impossible without dire consequences. Under the Antichrist's rule, religious persecution will reach unprecedented levels. The Antichrist's religion, carefully crafted to deceive and manipulate, will become the only accepted form of worship. All other faiths will be suppressed and persecuted, with followers facing imprisonment, torture, and death for their beliefs. The Antichrist will stop at nothing to eradicate any semblance of opposition, aiming to establish complete control over the spiritual and ideological landscape. Amidst the chaos and darkness, a small remnant of faithful believers will rise up against the Antichrist's tyranny. They will clandestinely gather and worship in secret, seeking strength and guidance from a higher power. These brave individuals will become beacons of hope in a world consumed by darkness, exemplifying unwavering faith and resilience in the face of immense adversity. The revelation of the Antichrist to the world was a meticulously planned event that took place on a global scale. Through a stunning display of technological prowess, the Antichrist orchestrated a live holographic broadcast that captivated audiences worldwide. His image appeared simultaneously in major cities around the globe, leaving no doubt about his presence and power. This unprecedented use of holographic technology created a sense of awe and wonder, further solidifying his divinity in the eyes of his followers. The event was accompanied by a symphony of light and sound, creating a mesmerizing spectacle that was impossible to ignore. During his address, the Antichrist spoke with a voice that seemed to resonate deep within the souls of those who listened. His words carried a hypnotic quality, luring even the most skeptical individuals into his web of deception. He promised a new era of prosperity and unity, offering solutions to the world's most pressing issues. His eloquence and charisma were unparalleled, leaving no room for doubt in the hearts of his followers. As the Antichrist gained more followers, his cult-like movement continued to grow. The loyal disciples who had already pledged their allegiance to him became fervent advocates for his cause. They spread his message through social media platforms, attracting even more followers to their ranks. The Antichrist's digital presence became pervasive, permeating every aspect of online communication. His followers were encouraged to share their experiences and testimonials, further amplifying his influence and solidifying his image as a divine figure. To maintain control, the Antichrist utilized advanced psychological techniques to manipulate the minds of his followers. Neural implants, capable of directly influencing thoughts and beliefs, were used to reinforce loyalty and devotion. Through this form of mind control, dissent was eradicated, as any opposition to the Antichrist's agenda was swiftly and effectively neutralized. The once independent thinkers succumbed to his will, their thoughts and actions completely aligned with his ideology. The Antichrist's reign also saw the emergence of a new breed of enforcers known as loyalty enforcers. These individuals, handpicked by the Antichrist himself, were given special privileges and authority. They patrolled the streets, ensuring that no one dared to question or speak out against the regime. Their presence instilled fear and compliance in the hearts of the populace, silencing any murmurs of resistance. In addition to controlling the physical realm, the Antichrist wielded immense power over the digital landscape. Advanced surveillance technologies were employed to monitor all online activities, leaving no room for dissenting voices. Every digital footprint was meticulously tracked and analyzed, allowing the Antichrist to swiftly identify and neutralize any potential threats. The Internet, once a symbol of freedom and connectivity, became a tool of control and oppression under the Antichrist's reign. Resistance, however, was not entirely crushed. A small group of courageous individuals, known as the Remnant, clandestinely organized and rallied against the Antichrist's tyranny. They used encrypted communication channels and secret meeting places to gather and strategize. Their faith in a higher power fueled their resilience, and their unwavering determination to resist the Antichrist's regime became an inspiration to others. As the world plunged into darkness, the Remnant became the guiding light, illuminating the path towards freedom and truth. They spread messages of hope and encouraged others to stand firm in their beliefs. Through acts of nonviolent resistance and acts of defiance, they challenged the Antichrist's authority and reminded the world of the power of faith and unity. The battle between good and evil raged on, with the Antichrist tightening his grip on the world while the Remnant fought for their freedom. The outcome remained uncertain, but one thing was clear: the Antichrist's reign could not last forever. The spirit of resistance burned bright within the hearts of those who refused to bow to his deceptive charms. The rise of the Antichrist is not a distant prophecy, but a reality already present in our world. From centralized control to advanced surveillance technology, the signs are clear. The Antichrist's religion will captivate and control, while signs and wonders will legitimize his authority. As his power grows, resistance will become difficult, but a small remnant will rise against his tyranny. The unveiling of the Antichrist will be a meticulously planned event, using media and technology to captivate and deceive. Mind control and loyalty enforcement will ensure unwavering obedience. The Antichrist's reign will suppress opposition, manipulate the economy, and introduce a mandatory mark of allegiance. Religious persecution will reach unprecedented levels, but a small remnant will rise as beacons of hope. The Antichrist's grand entrance onto the global stage will captivate the world, solidifying his authority. The battle between good and evil will continue, but the spirit of resistance will endure.